So we have this army commander by the name of Colonel Sheyla Baez, right? I am not sure if she's battalion, brigade, or division level, but she's a commander and she's in that position, right? And she is currently suspended due to her refusal to display the full chain of command, right? So in the military, you got a chain of command, company level, battalion level, brigade, division, and on to the president of the United States, right? So as you see in this photo, the top three is I believe it's the president, the Secretary of Defense, and somebody else. I don't know the top of my head, but I know the president should be up there. And as you see, is flipped around, right? So she is currently suspended for that. One thing about the military, when things like this happen, they're not going to give the public all of the details, right? So it's going to be kind of like an inner type of deal, right? Just like with the police, when bad things happen with the police, you don't get all the details, right? They call it the blue code. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give y'all a little bit, but we're not gonna give y'all everything. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, with my military experience, she's gonna get nothing but a slap on the wrist, and they might force her into early retirement. It depends on who's ahead of this and who's making this decision, right? But the sad part about it is that due to her rank, they're not gonna throw her the book. You know, now if she was like a junior enlisted soldier from private to a specialist, oh yeah, that'll be a dishonorable discharge. See you later. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that she has rank and she's in a powerful position, she's gonna more than likely get a tap on the wrist and hey, you shouldn't have did that. Don't do that again, and then just move on with life with all of her benefits, right? So that's how it goes, right? Now, as far as her being a DEI select, I'm not so sure about that. So I'm not going to confirm that, but I know the military is big on equal opportunity slash DEI type of situations, right? It's the same thing with the drill sergeants. As of now, the military needs more female drill sergeants. So you got a lot more women that are getting randomly selected to be drill sergeants, even though most of them don't want to do it. I personally know a few that don't want to do it, but they were picked due to the fact that they are female, and the army needs more female drill sergeants, right? So Colonel Baez could very well be a DEI select for her position, but I can't confirm that, so do not quote me on that, right? But the thing about it is that you can't do that. You know what I mean? When you're in that uniform and you're a soldier for the United States military, you got to respect the chain of command and you fight for the chain of command. I mean, you literally raise your right hand and say, "I, whatever your name is, do solemnly swear to defend and support," something like that, right? Anyway, you took an oath. You took an oath to defend the Constitution against foreign and domestic, right? You took an oath to basically give up your life for the country. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you have to respect your chain of command. You know what I mean? And what she did was crazy. I've never seen this before, but you gotta understand that a lot of people that wear this uniform, they are still human beings with their own opinions, right? Case in point, when Biden was president, I was in uniform. I didn't say much of nothing. I had my thoughts on him, but I know deep down if I put something out there on the internet in uniform, somebody could potentially get me. You know what I mean? So I just said, I'm gonna let people know how I feel face to face, but I'm not gonna put nothing out there in writing because somebody might trace it back and say, "Hey, this guy is a soldier and he's saying this about the current administration." Right? You just can't do that. But excuse me, a lot of leadership in the military is extremely hypocritical, right? Because you're gonna have some leaders that's like, "Hey, don't say that in uniform," but if they agree, with what you're saying, you might could get away with it. But if they don't agree with what you're saying, then that's when they hit you with the, "Hey, we cannot discuss politics in uniform. Why are you doing that?" Boom, boom, boom. Right. So I've dealt with my share of bullshit leaders in the military. It's a whole bunch of do as I say, but not as I do type of leadership. So, but that's for a different video. that's for a different video, right? But as far as for Colonel Baez, like I said, in my opinion, she's just going to get a tap on the wrist, and she might get early retirement, and she will also receive all of her benefits. They're not going to throw her the book, right? The Army does not do that. When you reach a certain level, it damn near takes an act of Congress for you to lose your rank and lose everything you work for, depending on how bad the situation is, right? So with this situation, like I said, they're probably going to keep it in house. Like I said, with the police, the blue code. Well, in the military, they have the green code, right? So they're probably not going to put out all the fancy details behind what's going to happen to her. But in my opinion, in my 8 years experience of being with the military, she's going to get a tap on the wrist, early retirement. Okay, thank you for your service. You know what I'm saying? And if that doesn't happen, then it is what it is, right? But she's going to get some type of punishment for doing this, and she better hope that the people that are in charge of this situation, she better hope that they are on her side, right? Because if these people are conservative and they support Trump and everything like that, she might be in some type of trouble. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. It's your boy TJ the Realist. New videos coming soon.